In this lesson, I'm going to show how to track people logging in to your site. This is pretty valuable along with your traffic reports so that you can get counts of how many people are logging in and then have reporting that you can use over time to see, if after I send out an email blast, do I have more people logging into my site? I can see if maybe towards the end of the month I have more logins. I can compare month-to-month logins over time and determine, any sort of trends. So both iMember360 and Memberium both have a setting so that you can execute a specific action set every time a login occurs. So I'm not going to go into that. You can look at their documentation. But I've got an action set that's called Record a Login. It's very simple. In the dashboards of the membership site plugins, you just add the ID, and then it will call this every time someone logs in. And all this is doing is it takes this one tag called trigger record a login and sets it every time someone logs in. So this is a pretty straightforward step. Now what I've built is a campaign. It's called Record, and this is the name of their site, WCC Training Center Login. And so this starts whenever someone assigns a contact that tag. This one is set up so that as soon as it's set, it's turned off, and that way the next time they log in, it'll get executed again. Now what I've done in here is I've created a diamond. In our case, we want to record different types of login based on the membership level of our customers. But what I want to do is we're going to record a note for all the logins here. And what I've done is I've just used I want to say a syntax. The word login : is a key. And then I'm going to write a note into all the contact records every time they log in. And what I'm doing for these other members is very similar. I'm creating a note, and this one is called Login Elite Members, and that way I have a collection of notes set up throughout contact records, so I know exactly when that's happening. So if I go here to this user, I was running some tests, I can see that I have a rash of these things. I was playing around, I had a typo in here fixed. So during this login, I had this member set as a free member. Everybody gets this member tag, although I've renamed it to all members so that it's a little more clear. There's a pro, and then every time a pro logs in, they also get this member login, and then there's the elite member. So these are the tags that are being set every time someone logs in. Now, what ends up making this more useful is I use the administrative reports, and you can use the administrative reports to take a look at task and note reports. Now I've recorded here, for example, for elite members, let's just say free members, a report that's actually very simple. It's looking for anybody who has logged in that has the word free, login free. So I'm going to go in here, and this one just says login free. And so it's grabbing a subset. It's grabbing the subset of notes that logged in on those days. Now, because we have a creation date here, then we can go back and let's say I want to know in the last couple days, or I can say, look, I want anybody who's got a creation date of February 19th until today, and then I can run this report and filter it for only those tags that were set in a certain time period. And by creating enough of these reports, you can then have counts that show me all of the logins. So here are all the logins, all the pro logins. So I'm basically parsing that title in the report to see how many people are going into there. Now, this is just giving me a raw report, but if I then go to my dashboard, I can grab the login reports and then do count reports using the custom statistics widget. So I go in here and I can add a widget, and it's this custom statistic one, and I can add it to the dashboard. That's what I did to create this. And in here, what you're doing is you're creating stats based on the reports. So let me show you. I've got the Elite one. Let me go to the Pro one here. And I'm going to do saved reports. If you leave it on Save Search, it's not going to work, I think, as well as with reports. So I'm going to look at the administrative reports, and then it's showing me the exact same reports that you can see over here in this drop-down box. Let me go back here. So I'm going to grab the Pro member report, and I'm going to add it. And so now I have the count based on each of those reports. It's a little slow today. So there you have that one. And as you remember, when I ran this report, there was only one Pro member. So let's now do it for the free reports. And here I'm going to go Saved Reports. The count is exactly what I want, and administrative. And this time I'm going to pick the free report. So this is a simple way to create a dashboard that'll show you exactly how many people are logging in during, in this case it's going to be for all time, but you can also filter this accordingly.